Johnny here for Johnny's Car Care and Reviews with your co-host who will be running around the office tonight, Winston. We're here to talk to you all about Ford Maverick news in regards to options. We're going to be talking about, option availability, arrival dates for the Ford Maverick, and why I can't give people an exact date. That's dealer by dealer info, but I'll show you how to get that intel. Of course, we'll be talking Bronco news and real life updates because I've got my hands on some hardtop Broncos. So we'll have a little real life hands-on Bronco news coming up. We'll also be doing an F150 reality check. Unfortunately, we got to do an F1 reality check. Hopefully I don't get in trouble for this one, but I feel like I got to share it. Heck, I feel like I've got to share this information with you so much so that before having even dinner, I call it dinner. Well, before having dinner and changing, I want to get this video out. Speaking of which, thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for everyone who's hit that like button and who's subscribed. Prost, I'll be on for this little news update. I'll be on a slight liquid diet until finish this video and get to dinner with the family. And of course, at the end of this, we will get back to some Maverick accessory talk because I've had some questions about accessories. Which ones do I like? Why? So I just want to cover that. So today shouldn't be a very long video. I want to cover the news before getting to this week's Maverick build and price video. Now, I love talking Bronco and I love covering Bronco stuff, but of course, every time I do some Bronco info or a Bronco show, a little less people tuning in, and I want to bring you the info that you feel is important. If something's been, talked about at all ends on the internet or all sorts of Bronco videos, well, I don't want to just bring you extra stuff. I want to bring you the important stuff. So let's put the pedal to the metal, jump right in, and I'm wishing you all a very happy Thursday night. So the theme for today's show is we got to keep on keeping on. So anyone who's waited on the Bronco and actually had their Bronco show up knows all about, you get that you got to keep on keeping on. And that's just the way it's been. Things are getting better. Things are getting better from a numbers perspective for the Bronco, and things are also getting a whole lot better from not just a numbers perspective, but a quality control perspective on the top. So let me just talk to you about that for a moment. Then we'll get to all the Bronco, all the Maverick talk. So right now, the factory is going to be cutting back some Ranger production to catch up on that Bronco production, because as many of you know, the Bronco, Broncos coming out have been delayed by top issues, and now they're going to be cutting down some Ranger production so that you'll have about a 4-to-1 ratio. So about 4 Broncos built for every Ranger. And the tops that are coming, because the last 3 Broncos that the dealership has received have actually been 2 hard tops and 1 soft top. And what's nice is the 2 hard tops are looking pretty good. One is absolutely perfect and the other one looks pretty darn good. And I'll just have to wait for time will tell to see if everything's sealed up correctly. But anyways, I think everything's going to be perfect on those 2 tops. So Bronco hard tops coming in, starting to be delivered. So that's great news because that means a lot of you have been waiting for your Bronco and that your Bronco's been delayed because, you didn't want to change your order. Well, congratulations. My hat goes off to you for your patience, and it'll pay off because you will be getting your hard top Bronco very soon. So sorry, my numbers here, it's actually the last 3 out of 4 Broncos are all hard tops. Now, near the end of the production year, they're going to be shipping out some soft tops. So we'll have had a slew of hard tops, but then they must be running just a little bit of low for the end of 2021 production, so we'll get some soft tops. But that's good news because I think a lot of people would probably prefer getting a very early 2022 Bronco with their hard top instead of getting one of the last week or 2 of production. So I'm sure that at the factory they can still produce more Broncos than hard tops coming in. But the good news in all this is your hard top should be coming in very soon. It should be looking good and defect free, and I'll keep you updated with that because I'm going to keep an eye on a few of these coming in, see how they fare in all this wet winter weather I've been getting here. So we've been getting snow, and when it's not snow, it's rain pretty much every day. Not very much sun going on. So that's that. Now for the reality check. And what us Bronco people have learned from, that you got to keep on keeping on, stay positive, do your best, and just, get through one day at a time, get through, each day, and look forward to tomorrow. Find the positive in tomorrow. Well, here's the thing. You're going to be, getting through one day at a time for a very long time in regards to the F-150 Lightning. And this is why I prefer to do a bit of a reality check section here. If you have, if you're not day one or day two for a reservation on an F-150 Lightning. So if you're, week 2, or if you're just reserving an F-150 Lightning now, I think you're probably going to wait 2 or 3 years. But here's the thing. Here's the positive thing in all this. Truck values are so good. In the meantime, why not get a hybrid F-150, for example, and drive it for 2 years and flip it? When you're F-150 Lightning, why not put down that $100? It's $100. It doesn't hurt too bad. Why not put down that $100 reservation? And, when you get a call in probably 3 years, you can see where you're at. Your current F-150 will probably be worth a real pretty penny. And you'll probably be happy that you've got, a nice 2021 or 2022, well, by now 2022 F-150, whether it's a nice 3.5 liter EcoBoost engine with its 500 pound-feet of torque, or the hybrid, which is a 3.5 liter EcoBoost engine as well. That's the 6-cylinder with 2 turbos and an electric motor. Well, that makes 570 pound-feet of torque at 3,000 RPM. That is what we call a barrel of laughs. So that's a barrel of laughs. You'll have all sorts of fun for 3 years, and then you get to decide when your F-150 Lightning comes in, are you going to take it, or do you get your $100 back? I think you'll probably be wanting to take that, but we'll see then. Point being, resale value on an F-150 is great, so why not get one now, enjoy it, and see where we're at. I want to do the reality check, because anyone who's expecting to get their F-150 in spring or summer of 2022, well, unless you're night one, and even I'm night one, and I don't expect to be year one. I'm starting to think I'll be more year 2, and I was an hour into the reservation. I was about an hour late. I got mine in at 11:32 p.m. the night of. Now, as promised, let's get to this Maverick news. That's why most of you are here, and that's fair. I'm excited about the Maverick as well. Here's the big news. I'm sure a lot of you know, but I just want to make sure. Step 1, the most important thing, Maverick hybrids are done until 2023 model year. Now, on the website, I find it complicated. You go on the build and price website that Ford's got on, and you pop in there, and hybrid just says limited availability. But as far as I know, as of the 15th, once the 15th was over, we woke up the 16th of November and hybrids weren't available. So I don't know what limited availability means. Maybe these hybrids were spread out across the country, X number per dealership, and maybe they're writing limited because there's some dealers that might have one, but currently that's not my understanding. My understanding is you go for a hybrid now, and it's just too late if you're trying to order one now. So I'm going to stay on top of this story. I'm going to get back to you with more. I'm pretty certain. And it seems like, Tim Bartz is also looking like he's definitely seeing it as sold out. Unless you wait for a 2023 hybrid Maverick. But that's the news I have so far. And if that changes, or if I get contrary information, well, I'll let you know right away and say, if it is the case, of course I want to let you know if there's a chance, if you phone around to different dealerships, that they might still have some hybrid allotment, but I'm pretty sure that is not the case. So let's try not to confuse what I say. I'm going to keep on keeping on no matter what people say, but I gotta say, thank you very much to this community. You've been unbelievably supportive. You've not only fed Winston, but you've dressed him too. So your co-host is well dressed for this winter. So thank you very much. And thank you for joining me these evenings that I put on sort of the news. Carrying on with the news. Really important. If you ordered prior to November 15th, you're in the clear. You're supposed to be in the clear for your 2022 Ford Maverick if you ordered before before let's say 9 p.m. November 15th. So the 16th, no hybrid for you. The 15th or earlier, you're going to get a hybrid. It's just a question of when. So now let's talk about availability. The most common question I get is, Johnny, I ordered on, let's say, August 25th or October 25th. When am I getting my Maverick? Here's the tricky part. There's a rough formula, and the rough formula is that, I can't give you the exact answer because I don't know where you ordered from, and I don't know how many vehicles they're going to get. So each month, dealerships get vehicles. And if, for example, your dealership gets 4 Mavericks on average per month throughout the entire year, well, then you need to know where you're at on their list. And now, of course, it complicates little things because, is it a hybrid? Is it an EcoBoost? But simply put, if you're their 16th order and they're getting 4 per month, well, you're going to be roughly the 4th or 5th month. And that's just the way it is. There's certain things that can definitely help you jump ahead. Now, what's nice is there's no longer a late availability list. However, you want to check, does your order have a cargo management system mounted crossbars? If so, make sure that's off your order because they're no longer available. The bed divider is no longer available. So if that's on your list, make sure to take it off so that your order isn't just sitting in the system asking for something that the system can't give it. Same thing for us Bronco people. I love the painted hardtop. It is the coolest thing I can think of to put on that Bronco. But if you ask for a painted hardtop on the Bronco, you're getting your Bronco in 2023 because they're not building them for 2022. They haven't built any for 2021 either. Now, we've seen images on the internet, but that's either people playing around with Photoshop who have a whole lot more talent than me, or, it could be, an aftermarket company or even Ford playing around with things. Now, I want to clarify something. The changes to the luxury package only apply to the XLT. So if you're a Lariat and you ordered the luxury package, you're still getting the spray-in liner. And if you go on the website, unfortunately, it's not up to date. The build and price on Ford isn't up to date. You go to XLT luxury package and it's still saying, I'm reading it, looking at it straight up, dead on, got you in my site's website, bed liner spray-in. That's inaccurate. You're going to be getting a hard drop-in. So that's a plastic for the XLT. So just so that no one misunderstands me, that's why I want to put it clearly. It's somewhere around the 6th of November, the switch was made, and if you dropped your order into the system after somewhere around early November, somewhere around the 6th, well then your order sheet should say hard drop-in bed liner. But anyways, you can check your order sheet or ask your dealer for your order sheet, and you're gonna see right on what you're supposed to be getting. So moving right along, we've still got some important stuff to cover. Make sure that we're all on the same page. I want to talk about accessories. First of all, for the Bronco, I got the accessories I love. I'm not a huge fan of the tailgate, the table for the tailgate on the Bronco because you got to drill into the metal. Not a fan. You could drill through. You can. I think that's not a barrel of laughs. That's stressful. And anyways, I'd be worried long term if it starts to get a little loose, rattling and whatnot. I got the mole bags. I absolutely love the mole bags. They're cheap. I'm cheap. And by cheap, I mean inexpensive because they are really great quality and I love them. I'm also loving the floor mats. Ford's floor mats. One, the back has a cool pony, kicking horse in the back, which is cool. The floor mats are useful. They look great. I also got the deflector in the front to protect my hood from stone chips. And I did ask my dealer to put on a plastic clear wrap on the bottom of the vehicle. And if I didn't get those, I would have gotten mud flaps or mud guards. But here's the thing. On my Bronco, I didn't order any accessories from the factory because I didn't want it to be slowed down. And I suggest the same thing for your Maverick. If you're watching this, and whether you're a Bronco order holder or whether you're a Maverick order holder, and this is going to be true for any vehicle I'd order from any manufacturer, if you can get the accessory from factory, when you go in to put in your order, just order up the parts. And either pay them cash, put them on a credit card, whatever it may be, or, keep them there and have them added to your vehicle when your order comes in, because the factory is only going to be they're only going to build your vehicle when they've got everything available. And unfortunately these days, everything's a little bit crazy. We just got to all keep on keeping on and, trust the process, be patient. But your order can definitely be held back if it doesn't have 100% of what you're asking for. They're not going to build your Maverick, park it out to the side and say, well, we'll wait for, mud guards to come in for your Maverick. Get the mud guards from factory. The Bronco, get it, put on the accessories from the parts department. I can tell you, I'm thrilled with my Bronco. Very much worth the wait. The soft top, a little noisy. It's noisier than my Mustang convertible was, but it's an off-road machine. It really doesn't bother me. A little bit of music and that cancels everything right out. And the music on the Bronco, the sound system, is just fine. If you find the speakers shaking, you don't need to be on 100% bass. Now, accessories I really like for the Maverick. I played around with the bed extender and I thought that is pretty great. I really liked it. I feel it's worth the money. And on the Maverick, what else would I really go with? I'd go with a soft rolling cover. And obviously, if you have the money, the soft rolling hard cover is really cool. I've shown it in videos before, and I'll try to pop it up right here. It's got the Ford logo on the backside, painted onto the backside of the metal. It looks amazing. The hard folding is pretty cool, but it's, no one's gonna knife in. It's a hard folding. It's got little lats everywhere. But if you want to spend about half as much, get a soft rolling cover. You don't lose any bed. You lose very little. The soft rolling ends up being a little roll against your back window, so you don't lose vision the same way you would with a hard folding or a soft folding. So soft rolling is my favorite. If I had more money than I know what to do with, I'd get the hard rolling. So those are the accessories I feel are must-haves on the Maverick. You don't want, anything you put in the back getting constantly drenched. And if you're in a snow country, you don't want ice building up in your bed and spending the winter with an extra 400, 500 pounds on your vehicle. The point of this vehicle is to be fuel efficient. Adding 400 or 500 pounds of ice in the back doesn't help with fuel efficiency. So, other news, there's no longer any late availability items, but remember, watch out for those canceled items that I mentioned earlier on. Make sure they're no longer on your order list. So call the dealer, make sure to get them off. Now, I want to cover a little Q&A. Big question I get often, often. From time to time, I get the question, why are there no hybrid deliveries before January? And then occasionally I get accused almost as if I'm deliberately hiding it and that I'm doing something mischievous in not telling the community. I don't know. I promise. I do this channel because I get a big thrill. I really enjoy helping people out. I get a lot of joy out of that. And the comment section, when people say, that I help them out, that's the highlight of my day. And when I get 2 or 3 comments, it ends up being a huge highlight in my day. But I love helping people out. And I don't have direct evidence or proof or really anything where I can say, hey, the hybrid's being held back until January because all I have is speculation. And my speculation, it's not science. And when I don't have, what I could say is science, well, I don't want to mislead anyone. So simply put, if I were to speculate, why would the hybrid be held back till January? Well, it's got a new electric motor. It could possibly, maybe, be that they want to test the first batch. If you've got 1,000 or 2,000 sitting at the factory, you can test them and make sure that everything is A-okay. And if it's not, you'll have time to fix whatever you need to fix, get the recipe just right, and then send it off to clients. And everyone's happy because they get a vehicle that's just right. And the publicity's great and everything goes smoothly. And if it is something like that, or maybe it's, in regards to some sort of other quality check or testing, anything like that, if I were in charge, well, I'd put a further date. And that way, if things don't go well, you're on time. And no one's horribly disappointed. And if everything goes perfectly, and let's say, just for example, you deliver a few before Christmas, well, then you get some amazing Christmas publicity. And hopefully I'm still allowed to say Christmas because I'm going to say it anyways. But, holiday, I'm going to call it Christmas. You get a whole bunch of, really good Christmas holiday, whatever you're celebrating, good news. While you're not having to, hopefully not having to work for a couple days, and you got a few days off, and you just see this good news pouring in. So that would be pure speculation on my end. Yes, the EPA numbers are out. That's your gas consumption or fuel economy, whatever you want to call it. Those numbers are out. In theory, I think a whole lot of people are expecting that then Mavericks would just start instantly getting shipped and delivered, but that's not the case. It's supposed to be for January. We'll see what happens. I'll keep you updated, that's for sure. And please, if you like my content, or you just want to help out, you're allowed to not like all my content, but if you like just part of it, that's okay. I still would be great if you subscribed, because I vary my content. Sometimes I'm doing Bronco reviews. Sometimes I'll be driving and playing around with a Bronco in a field. And this week I want to do a building price and talk more about either, I'm thinking XL or luxury package. And I'd love to know where people, would find it more interesting, or it would help more. Should I be covering the XL? Are people more confused about the different packages there? I was thinking Lariat, because I can talk all about why you'd get an FX4 package and what not to do with your FX4 package. Something I'd like to talk Lariat, just so I can talk about that FX4 package versus 4K towing. And I also want to talk about tow safety, which I could all do in a build-in price. Hopefully I'll figure out the special recipe to get it all done within 15 minutes, a full build-in price. We'll have to wait and see. Until then, I wish you all, of course, more cars and more power. And once again, thank you so much. I think we'll be hitting, who knows, I think we'll be hitting 10,000 subscribers by the holiday season for the new year. We'll have to wait and see, but I do appreciate all of you for checking in. I wish you a fantastic week.